Przyjechałem do Mińska Mazowieckiego w związku z promocją dwóch ostatnich książek, które miały premierę jesienią 2016.
I came to Minsk Mazowiecki to promote my two latest books which had their premiere in the autumn of 2016. One of them is titled The Officer and the other is Dangerous Connections of Andrew Lepper. The common part is that on one hand they show the truth about Third Republic of Poland as it was, a crime state with a mafia structure. Second common part is the silent co-author, who is major of the Internal Security Agency, Tomasz Budzyński, a former chief of agency office in Lublin. The book Officer is in fact his own story. I have only edited the book to make it more readable. It's an actual story of the Internal Security Agency. It shows how this agency, as the name would suggest, should provide internal security, but it was securing high-profile criminals instead. Books describe how secret searches are conducted and they are executed 100 times a year. It is a criminal action. The Officer also shows methods agency was using for recruiting journalists, prosecutors and judges. It is forbidden by existing law to recruit such people, but it is still a common practice. It is forbidden by existing law to recruit such people, but it is still a common practice. I think if somebody is interested in knowing how state mafia operates, will surely find answers. This book is almost touching state secrecy. Major Tomasz Budzyński couldn't go any step further because of the risk of facing charges. Anyway, I think it is the biggest opening in the history of Polish literature where the internal security agent tells the truth about Poland's secret service based upon his own experience and life. It is said that in this world everything is an illusion, and that's the way it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the second book, Dangerous Connections of Andrew Lepper, shows true facts unknown to the public concerning life and death of the chairman of Samobrona party. Andrew Lepper wasn't whiter than white. He has made a lot of mistakes. I admit that during writing I went a long way that showed how Andrew Lepper's negative image was forged. As I said before, certainly he wasn't a spotless person, but with the same certainty, without any doubt, we can claim that he was murdered. I think no one reading this book will have any doubts. The question is, why Andrew Lepper was murdered? And here we come to some interesting yet shocking and sad event that took place, which was the gas fraud of the century. That's how I call the contract signed between Russia and Poland, in result of which Poland is overpaying nearly $1 billion annually for the gas. We could have signed this contract until 2035. Eventually it was signed until 2022, making Poland dependent on Russian gas. People responsible for this, former Prime Ministers Donald Tusk and Waldemar Pawlak, could pop the champagne because they managed to talk Polish people into believing that such contract is a success. There were persons who knew that contract wasn't a success at all and didn't believe all those lies. One of them was Andrew Lepper. He had a lucrative intel because he got himself involved in his dangerous connections made in Ukraine. Ukrainian security service along with Russian Federal Secret Service took advantage of his, let's say, a moment of weakness, a very loose behavior at Lake Świteś. A lot of pictures were taken, including video footage. Everything was used as a leverage and for blackmailing purposes. This is where Dangerous Connections of Andrew Lepper starts, which had led to further blackmailing by military information services. Lepper thought he could slip away and regain control over his life. The truth is, he never regained that control. There is a lot to say in such short story. It's unable to show all these connections causing Lepper's death. No one reading this book will have any doubts that Andrew Lepper was murdered, and all links led to Świteś Lake and to the gas contract, which I call the gas fraud of the century. On 22nd of February 2017, a couple weeks ago, a silent co-author of this book, Major Budzyński, was questioned regarding this case. He gave a strong evidence at court, however, he wasn't released from the duty to observe state secrecy. I gave my evidence a few weeks before Major did, this time about the book. It's a nice change to testify as an author of the book and not as being accused, to show all the facts this book was based upon. A solid data was handed over to the prosecutor's office. I want to believe justice will prevail. I want to believe we're not living in a country where justice went extinct like dinosaurs, that there are no people more equal than others. Up till now, there was no case where someone higher than MP or senator was accused of a serious criminal offense. A lot has been said about crimes of Kwaśniewskis, Millers, Oleksis and others, but none of them ever been held responsible for what has been said. Now it is a chance. I want to believe that we can make an advantage of it.
Mówiono o przestępstwach Kwaśniewskiego, Millera, Oleksego i wielu innych, ale tak naprawdę nikt z nich nigdy nie odpowiedział za to, o czym mówiono. Tym razem jest taka szansa. Chcę wierzyć, że ta szansa zostanie zrealizowana.